Coming up next, On the Spot. Football season officially starts today, so let's celebrate by talking about other sports instead. A special guest from Naughty Dog will be stopping by with Jak X Combat Racing. Jeff Gerstmann will serve up a few with Virtua Tennis World Tour. Alex Navarro's got your old school hockey fix with NHL 06's version of NHL 94. And Jason Ocampo will demonstrate the kingly sport of playing God with Black and White 2. Plus, we have a hat trick of world premiere videos for Shadow the Hedgehog, 50 Cent Bulletproof, and Mark Echo's Getting Up contents under pressure. Game on! We're live and on the spot. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Take 2 of On the Spot. I'm your host, Rich Gallup, and joining me today, hey! Your name still isn't Ryan, is it?
No, it's not.
Carrie Gouskos features there. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And if you're sitting at home right now watching it or at work and you're saying, man, I'm suffering from deja vu. No, our show is so great for you today, we blew out half the studio. Power, gone. But now it's back. But if we go off the air again, now you'll know why. Ryan and Jason, you still standing by Black and White 2 over there?
Yeah, the thing is PC, this mammoth laptop Jason brought over.
Yes. What is the mammoth laptop you brought over?
This is the new Widow Sting laptop. It is.
Crazy
got the
spider
on
Yes,
the back.
it is.
Oh, that's
Pretty much one of these new.
Oh,
yeah.
And if that
Yes.
computer is why we lost power, I'm going to give them a call.
Look at this power brick, dude.
That's
See
huge,
this thing?
but it looks like a sweet computer, and we can't wait to see Black and White 2 on it. So
It looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looks good. And we have a lot of great stuff. As I said, we got Jak X Combat Racing. Evan Wells, co-president of Naughty Dog, is here.
It's pretty exciting.
He's still here. And we're going to bring Jeff on. He's going to play Virtua Tennis on the PSP.
Yeah.
And we also, that TV just went black for a second. I got nervous, but it's just a loading screen. We're okay. Alex is going to come by. We're going to play NHL 94 as found in NHL 06. And he says he's no good, and I'm very good. So hopefully I can live up to those marks. And some other stuff.
But we don't have Shadow the Hedgehog.
We do not. We still do not have
We
Shadow the
still
Hedgehog.
do
Shadow the
not
Hedgehog. The trailer, unfortunately, did not pull through. We will have it on the site immediately after the show, though. So stay tuned. But we do have a world premiere trailer right now, part 1 of 2.
Oh, okay.
Part 1 of 2 for 50 Cent Bulletproof.
Right.
He's got a game coming up.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
We have an interview with him on the site. We got to sit down with him personally. It was a lot of fun. And now we have the intro movie to the game.
Oh, fantastic.
So right now, Carrie.
Yes.
We're gonna watch this. I'm gonna send you away, but you're gonna come back and play Virtua Tennis.
I am.
So you'll still be here. Ryan and Jason are be playing Black and White 2 all show long.
Excited.
We will announce who won the Casper Van Dien autographed DVDs of Starship Troopers.
Okay.
But right now, we gotta buy some time to bring Evan on.
Okay.
All right. So check out 50 Cent Bulletproof right now.
This game has not yet been rated.
You ever have one of those days that start out normal and end up with bullets flying? Well, you're about to. It's some crazy, it's crazy, but that's the hood. A hard place to live, and an easy place to die. It was just another night when I got an urgent page from K-Dog, a major crack hustler I knew since juvie. Dog, it's me, what's up?
Pity, I'm in for trouble, man. Can you meet me?
Tell me where you at. 50 Cent, the hardest on off for them the streets. A lot of us get that out the hard way. And a lot more we're about to. Lloyd Banks, he's a legend. The only thing he can't break into is his own stash. Tight with his money, but loose with other people's. This is Young Buck. I got into crazy weapon skills. He had my back since preschool. If it's got a caliber, he used it. Let's go. We're moving out. This is toe to toe. He'll fuck niggas up. He's fast as shit too. There's 2 things about me you gotta know. Make me your friend, I got your back for life. Make me your enemy, and the world ain't big enough for you to hide in.
That's just part 1 of 2. After Evan's done, we'll show you the second half. But right now, Evan Wells, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
We had you and Christoph here. Actually, we had you on our stage at E3.
Yeah, you did.
Playing Jak X Combat Racing. The game looked great then. It looks great now. What are we doing today with Jak X?
Well, Christoph's over there. He's playing some online. We got our testers back down in Santa Monica playing against him.
Nice.
He seems to be holding his own quite well there. He's in second place. He's moved up into first. So, yeah, the game's come along. We just submitted the GM on Tuesday, and hopefully it'll be approved shortly.
Great. And before we get started talking about the online portion of the game, I want to just give a quick shout to the testing team because I was once a tester. Carrie was once a tester. We have Alex Navarro coming on. He was once a tester.
It's a tough job.
Exactly. Keep playing these games, and who knows, maybe you'll be with us on stage at some point.
Yeah.
But let's talk about Jak X.
All right.
All right. Now we know the story. Jak and Daxter were attending the reading of a will.
That's right.
And then next thing you know, they're racing cars, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, their old nemesis from Jak 2 crew actually has tricked them into racing for him to try to win the Grand Championships of Crash City. Which in turn will allow his family and his daughter to take over the entire crime syndicate of the city. So he really wants to recruit the best racers to race for his team, so he's poisoned them and tricked them into racing for him.
Great. And now we're playing the online portion today.
That's right.
And what are we looking at right now on this menu screen?
Right now, Christoph is preparing to get into the next game. He's talking into the headset, as you can see the headset flashing there, to try to coordinate with the testers back in Santa Monica, set their game up and get ready to go.
What kind of race are we seeing?
He's picked the artifact race. In this case, it's not about racing around a track and trying to come in first. It's about trying to race around this wide open arena and pick up as many of these artifacts as possible. There's actually a mission that we borrowed from Jak 3 where you actually had to go out in the desert and pick these artifacts up at a time. In Jak 3, obviously, you played that by yourself. You're racing against the clock. Now you're actually out there with 6 racers trying to see who can rack up the highest score. Steve just swooped in and...
Nice work, Steve.
Yeah.
All right, now what we're seeing, though, is this is not just a circular track. This looks like a wide open area.
Yeah, we got a lot of variety here in Jak X. We have 31 venues, some of which are racetracks and some of which are open arenas. And in the open arenas, you compete in events like the Artifact Race and Deathmatch. And we also have a game called Assassin and Capture the Flag style event.
Tell me about the Deathmatch and the Assassin, because it's obviously combat racing. You're not just driving a car here.
That's right.
You got guns.
Yeah, the weapons are all important. I mean, of course, you got to learn how to race fast. You got to learn how to control the vehicle, but you also have to master the weapons. You got forward-firing weapons, which are in your right slot, which are machine guns, grenades, missiles, that sort of thing. And then you got on your left slot your rear firing or defensive weapons, which Christoph just picked up now. So he's got the drone, which will come out here.
Oh, cool.
And as soon as he gets close to any enemy, it'll actually auto-target and just let out a barrage of machine gun fire on them. It's a really effective weapon.
Now, Christoph, it looks like you're losing right now. Is that what I'm seeing?
Fourth place.
Oh.
Yeah,
the boss is up here now, so they get to run it up on a little bit. I understand. All right, so that's it. So I assume just a death match. You're in the open arena. You're shooting everyone.
That's right.
What's an assassin match?
Assassin is a nice twist on deathmatch. Actually, if you ever played in college or high school, Assassin, where you got the name of a person and you had to actually shoot them, and made the circuit.
Yeah.
All right, well, it's the same sort of thing. It's deathmatch, but instead of just being able to kill anybody, you actually have to kill your mark first. As soon as you kill your mark, you get the next
their
one,
mark,
and you move through the group like that.
That's great.
I
love playing that in college.
Yeah, this is one of the things we try to put into Jak X is a lot of variety, a lot of customization. So in every single event, you can choose how many laps, you can choose the time of day, you can choose the kill count you're trying to get to, the time limit you're racing against. All those things are very customizable, and in addition to all the personalization you can do with your vehicle itself.
Cool. And tell us about the customization you can do for the vehicle. We talked about that for us.
Christoph can jump out and
cool.
show us some of that. It's pretty cool. You can adjust, of course, the performance of the car, which is all important to try to win the race. Mm-hmm. You can adjust your top speed. You can adjust your acceleration, your armor, which is very important in combat racing, of course.
Right.
And your turbo capacity. So when you pick up turbos, how much turbo you can use before it's depleted. But then additionally, you can go in and you can start customizing the look, and that's where the fun really starts, because you can bring this car that you've customized online and sort of show it off to your friends and have that be your signature as you're hopefully beating them all.
How many? Now, it looks like there's a ton of options here. I see roof panels, I see side panels.
Yeah, we got front fenders, rear fenders, front bumpers, rear bumpers, side panels, roof, trunk, hood, wheels. accessories.
Have you done the math about when you multiply all those up, how many
I have
different
not done the
combinations you
math,
have,
but it
or-
is staggering.
It adds up quickly.
Yeah, you're not going to see the same car out on the track anytime soon.
Now, beyond just the look of it, you were talking about some of the other upgrades you can make. Oh, those are some cool rims right there.
Yeah, we got a lot of wheels that you can pick from. You can actually get in there and start to spray paint the car. We got this handy color wheel that lets you choose the base color. You can switch to your favorite color, change over to the stripe, and then work on the stripe color. So Christoph's got sort of a reddish color and going for a purple stripe, it looks like.
I like that. Yeah, it's a nice car.
Yeah, so you know, you can take that out and then kill your friends with it.
But you can also, you said earlier, you can change the weapons and everything.
Well, the weapons are all gathered up on the track,
yeah,
so
but
you pick them up on the track. But the performance
the armor,
is modified.
right, that was it.
Yeah, you can adjust
My bad.
the armor, the turbo, the top speed, and the acceleration.
Have you figured out what the perfect combination is? Does it depend on your style of play? Or?
Definitely. I mean, if you've got 12 cars to pick from that you'll win over the course of the adventure mode. And then we've got some secret cards, of course, too, which we can get into maybe in another episode of.
Sure. Yeah, we got plenty of time.
Right. So anyway, the cars actually have their own unique handling characteristics, but you can also fill them up and adjust them and tune them over the course of the adventure by earning more cash.
Cool. Whoa. Now this right here, I believe, is just called the Basher.
Yeah, this is the Basher. So
I like this
Christoph's trying to start up another game here. He's picked this one. It's more rugged. It's better for the death matches and the arena bouts.
I'm seeing some great names fly by right here. I think. What did I just see? Was it Sport Death? Is that what I saw?
The Sport Hunt.
Sport Hunt.
Yeah.
My bad. Was there
This is another. This is a
right.
good one actually.
Okay.
Why don't you go into K-Cross with or actually Atoll with Sport Hunt? It's a unique game, I think, to Jak X. We actually pit you against sort of a prey that's in the arena with you. You're not actually trying to kill each other now. You're actually all going after these opponents that are in there that are just sort of running their course, and you actually try to rack up your highest kill count against them.
Cool.
You can kill each other, try to slow each other down, but you're actually getting points for killing the robots.
Great, Ryan. As I could talk about this game all day. Do we have questions coming in?
Dude, we got so many questions.
Hit us with some questions.
You guys actually did a good job of answering a lot of them. So
I do that normally, which is why we don't get to a lot of questions. I'll say you do it too.
I'll skip over some of them. This
right.
is some stuff. Bryce Gilbert out of Monroe, Washington wants to know, since racing is the primary focus of Jak X, are the racing physics going to be a departure from previous Jaks? From the trailers shown, it looks even better.
Yeah, well, we have been working on the physics. It's actually something we've been developing from Jak 1 even. And the physics initially were created simply for platforms to make them bounce and bob realistically. But then in Jak 2, we developed that further. We had the air bikes. Then in Jak 3, of course, we got the dune buggies. So our programmer, Chris Christensen, actually really refined the simulation of this game, and our physics are really tuned to perfection now. We wanted to get that really hard to find balance between realism and easy to pick up fun.
Is that like a fun departure for you guys as you make a game, since you have made 3 platformer adventure action games, and now you get to focus on one part of it that you like?
Yeah, it was. I think it was important for us to do this with our first online ventures, to really pick something that we could leverage the online and multiplayer characteristics of to the fullest. You know, our character action games never really lent themselves well to being multiplayer or being online. So something that we found that was really part of Jak and Daxter's core, part of their design, was racing. Even from the very first Jak and Daxter, you know, his design, he's had those goggles on his head, and
right.
Daxter, they've been racers, you know, since inception. So it was really fun to make Jak X.
Cool. Ryan, more questions?
Yeah, Collins from Minnesota and Dylan Hammond from Rock Hill, South Carolina both want to know, how long is the main story and how many characters return from the previous game?
Okay, well, we got a lot of characters coming back from the previous game, all the old favorites. We got Ashlyn, we got Torn, we got Pecker, we got Sig. Of course, we got Jak, Daxter, and Kiera, Samos. So they're all coming back. We also have a host of new characters. We got Razor, UR86, we got GT Blitz. So, I mean, you're going to see a lot of new characters in this game, and there's over 45 minutes of cinematics in this game that tell a really fun, interesting story.
Very cool. Now, you also said if there are secret cars, there are also secret characters, I'm guessing?
Well, in the course of the game, you actually unlock the drivers as you're introduced to them in the plot line. Mm-hmm. But then on top of that, we have secret characters that you can unlock through actually reading old memory cards of old Jak games, and we also have some connectivity with a PSP game that's coming out next spring.
And that game is called
Daxter.
And we'll have to talk about that when it's closer to coming out. We got to see that at E3 as well. That game looked awesome. More questions, Ryan?
I do. I have more questions, and they are right over here.
Okay.
And they're being handed to me momentarily. That's how live the show is. We got our good friend John Latour out of New York. He wants to know,
we know John.
How many drivers are available in Jak X, and do they have different skills and weaknesses, or does that only apply to the vehicles?
Okay, again, the characters are mostly for player personalization. You can pick the character that you really feel represents you the most. So they actually don't affect the handling characteristics. We restrict that only to performance upgrades that you can do in the garage. But we have 6 characters that are available open at the start, and over the course of the adventure game and through unlocking through all the secrets that we talked about, there's over 20 drivers in the end.
Nice. More questions?
Yes, sir.
Hit me.
I got another one here from...
Or hit Evan, I guess.
I got this one comes from John out of New York. Are there any weapons mounted onto the vehicles, or do you pick them up on the fly?
Okay, well, the weapons are mounted to the vehicles, but what we did is we put the eco out on the track, which actually is absorbed by the car, which actually then gives your the vehicle the weapon that eventually you can fire off.
Nice. All right, I like that. And one thing I'm noticing is that Christoph over there, he is flying through so many different races right now, and I like that.
Yeah, there's a huge variety in this game.
So are there long races and short races? Do death matches end quickly?
We have some
assassin matches take longer?
Sure. Well, that's all customizable, of course.
Right.
You can set the time limit that you want. But yeah, we've got some laps that take about 30 seconds to complete, and we've got some laps that take 4 minutes to complete. So
nice.
I mean, there's really a wide range, and the way we achieve that is through the spooling technology of the Jak and Daxter engine. It allows us to make the tracks very long, very dense, and very lush.
Great.
I've got a good question here. Hopefully we'll have time for it. Kevin Darnell out of Calhoun, Georgia wants to know, if you're demoing the game, can you please drive Crash City Race with only supernovas? It makes a really fun game. I know about this because I have the beta.
Oh, boy. Yeah, that was a beta tester favorite, turning on the supernovas. So that was another thing that you can customize in the game. You can go in, you can set the laps that the number of laps that you want to race, but you can also go in and you can turn off any weapon that you want. So if you think you're smarter than the game designers and you want to turn off all the other weapons except the supernova, go right ahead, be our guest.
I'm guessing the supernova messes it up a little bit.
The supernova kills everybody on the track.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. I also like the fuzzy dice, by the way.
The fuzzy
I'm
dice.
a big fan of the fuzzy dice.
And we got Daxter bobblehead, Clank bobblehead, so you can really trick your car out.
Oh, very cool. Any more questions, Ryan?
Yes, sir. Derek out of Champaign, Illinois wants to know how many maps are available for Jak X. I'm sorry if you guys said it.
I think we did.
Yeah, well, we got 31 venues, 24 tracks, 7 are open arenas.
Nice. So when you're playing the single-player version and not online, you won't be repeating tracks.
If you sat down and you played every single track end to end, I mean, you could be playing for like 5-6 hours before you ever repeated.
That's great.
Yeah.
Cool.
And the last really good one that's a kind of conglomeration of a few of them, at John out of New York again, how many people can play at once online? Is there a split screen online? And can him and his friend build their own cars and then take those cars online and battle?
Those are excellent questions. And yes, you can play 6 players online simultaneously.
All right.
And you can play split screen locally, and you can also play split screen online. So you and your buddy can go on as a team or as opponents. Yes, you can construct your car offline and then bring it online and show it off, and that's your signature.
I thought that was going to throw you for a loop right there, asking so many questions in one. That was good. Well, thanks, Evan. When is Jak X Combat Racing coming out?
October 18th.
That is soon.
That is soon, right around the corner.
And you guys are close to done. You're right there.
And knock on wood, we are done.
Nice. Well, thanks for coming by.
All right.
We appreciate it. Christoph, thanks for playing. Testing team, as always, nice job, fellas. Keep it, and ladies, keep it up. We count on you as people who play games for you to do your work. It's worth it, the extra hours. And right now, though, Evan, thanks again, by the way.
Appreciate it.
We'll have you on again sometime soon.
Anytime.
All right, make it anytime. We appreciate it. Right now, we're going on to part 2 of the 50 Cent Bulletproof exclusive movies that you can only find right here. Check it out.
Hello?
Damn, 50. I just fixed up one of your soldiers last week. Of course, he didn't come in with 9 bullet holes.
Stop. How'd I get here?
Your boys brought you in here 3 days ago. Half dead. If not more. Yo, man, try to relax. I'll give you something for the pain. Hey, we all need our medicine sometimes. Know what I'm saying?
Doc Friday was a crazy officer, an ex-doctor who lost his license when he started writing himself prescriptions. Some said he wasn't even a real doctor at all. All I know is he'd take care of me, fix me up, and keep his mouth shut.
Here, some painkillers. Take 2 of these whenever you need them. And those suckers will get you through anything.
They're addictive?
Of course not. Oh, by the way, those on the house. But next time it's gonna cost you. All right. Back to sleep. Just close your eyes.
Truth is, there isn't much else I could do. And the happiest thought I could think was finding the Ocampo who bent me up.
And we're back over here on the standing set. My good man Jason's all set to go with this beautiful black and white 2. I played the original game, but this looks awesome.
Oh, yes, it is. I mean, it's 4 years later. Obviously, you're going to have better graphics, but in many ways, Black and White 2 is going to be the game that even Peter Molyneux admits is the game that Black and White should have been.
Right. So this sequence right now, I don't want people to miss this. Look at all the stuff that's happening.
Yeah, this is all real-time gameplay you're seeing right now. This isn't pre-rendered. Basically, one of the big advances in Black and White 2 is that there's an actual story now. Black and White was you kind of just did things, but there was no real reason for it. Here, you have a story where you're the god of the Greeks. And what happens at the beginning of the game is that the Aztecs, your mortal enemies, manage to attack, and you have to save. Basically, this battle, the city is lost, and you have to save as many people as you can at the beginning, and so you can start over. And the goal of the game will be to rebuild your civilization and get revenge on the Aztecs. So here in this sequence, I just picked up a few of my citizens and threw them in the magical whirlpool, and they're being whisked to safety. And here we go. Just grab a few more here. But the entire time, the entire city's under attack. But this is just kind of an inkling of what you'll be doing in the regular game.
Now, I've got a ton of questions rolling. Do you mind if I throw a few questions?
Go ahead.
All right, so this one comes in from our good friend out of Portland, Oregon. I can't pronounce your name, I'm sorry. But you could put your little tattoos on your creature in Black and White 1. Can you do it in the new game?
I haven't seen that yet, but the creatures are pretty much the same from what I've seen. The creature is this very sophisticated artificial intelligence animal, and it learns. But it also, like in Fable, it customizes depending on what you do to it. So each creature everyone has will be unique, not just in behavior, but in appearance. So they'll have scars, and depending on how good or how evil they are, they might grow horns, or they might look more sinister. I wouldn't be surprised. I haven't seen that yet, though.
This question ties in perfectly to one of the things you were telling me earlier. James Hargis out of Portland, Oregon, he wants to know, is there an option to use a joystick or gamepad?
Something in this build I have, it's actually all mouse-driven, and I know that's one of the things they're really concentrated on is make the game even simpler to play with the mouse. I haven't seen the joystick or the gamepad, but I haven't admittedly tried it yet.
But with the mouse, like you were showing me earlier, it looks like they have really, really worked to simplify the game. It looked like you were dragging and building buildings and dragging and making roads. And
in fact, yes, it is. And one of the things that comes with this, the version we came, was a little letter from Peter Molyneux going, please don't even touch the keyboard. And this is one of the things they've been highlighting the entire time. They realized they needed to make it simpler and more intuitive. So you control the hand of God literally on screen, and here you pick up the torch and you roll it over these hay bales, and the full physics kick in, and they start rolling downhill toward these Aztecs and such. So it's a very simple game to play. That's one of the goals.
Jim B. out of New York, he wants you to describe some of the new modifications, and do you have any favorites yet?
Well, I think one thing I do like right now is the fact that there seems more focus and more structure than the previous game. There's a much stronger real-time strategy element now. You saw that with the giant armies that were running at the beginning of this sequence. You can build comparable armies and throw them into battle. And then on top of that, what makes it different is, of course, the creature who can summon up volcanoes and other powerful things. So, and here we go, I just got my civilization's butt kicked, so now we're going to go run off to a new island and start over. But yeah, it feels all around the board an improvement over the first game.
Right on. Ramel Holmes from the Netherlands wants to know, what's the point of having an army when you can hurl giant rocks at them as a god, or can the armies take a hit?
Well, you want the armies because you can't be everywhere as a god, and as this thing. And plus your influence, basically your civilization, there's a ring around your civilization, and depending on how many followers you have a larger ring. You can't do anything outside that. So you need to enlist an army to go conquer villages that are outside, your ring of influence, because you can't lift a boulder out there.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
So the stuff that we're taking a look at right now, it seems like you got the two guys, you got the the good guy, the
Yes.
bad guy, and they still have the kind of comical humor that they did in the first game?
Yeah, you have your, like in classic cartoon fashion, your conscience in the form of an angel and a devil, and they basically advise you. And one of the things in this game is there's going to be a lot of quests. Kind of like if you play Fable, you know, you always had those, you know, will I be good or will I be evil missions? You know, you have these things where your people pray to you and they ask you for things or they demand things, and, you know, you're going to go, well, should I give it to them? And the angel's going to be, yeah, be a nice guy. And the devil's going to be like, no, why? You're God. And so, you know, you can solve it your way, and, you know, there's a lot of interesting quests. But
So this thing we're taking a look at is pretty much the first part of the game, right?
yes, this is the opening levels. Unfortunately, this is what this build only has, is like the first 4 lands or so. So we didn't get a chance to go really deep into the game, but, you know, from what we've seen, it looks really good so far. Here we are. I was going to just show you one of the cool new features is you can actually change the day and night cycle. You can move the sun around, which is actually pretty cool. But I got to let the little conscience end up speaking here.
Actually, I got some more questions here for you. This comes out of Sally. This comes from Sally out of Irvine, California. Can you tell me what the most interesting, fun addition to the Black and White 2 is?
I think just personality. You know, it really tells. This is a humorous game. The quests that you get sent on are pretty. You know, somebody's daughter gets impregnated, and he suspects it was immaculate conception. So he kind of challenges God. You know, you owe me, God, and you're like, yeah, sure. You know, it's fun how you solve those quests. But you know, yeah, this game has a lot more personality, a lot more character. It feels than the first game.
Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the action.
Okay. Yeah. So one of the nice things is, like I said, you basically, to learn how to do everything in the game early on, it's very simple. You click on these scrolls, and the angel and the devil pop up and tell you what you need to do. Here's the hand can just pick up things. So you know, you just pick up food from the field, and then you dump it in the granary, and it shows up. And you know, anything within this green ring you can manipulate. So I can pick up a person, and I can hurl them off in the distance, and you can hear them scream. You know, tell this guy to become a farmer. This is very early on. Over here is our creature, and he's asleep right now, but he will wake up eventually, and I'll show you that a little later on. But I chose a cow creature here, and you know, he's just so cuddly and adorable. You really can't deny him. That's one of the great things about the new creatures. They're a lot easier to understand too.
Really?
Yep.
One of the things you were showing me before that I'd love for you to show the folks at home. Now, the crazy scale that we're talking about. 'Cause at one point, you can just like zoom this camera way out, right?
Yes. So here we go. This is the wheat field where all the food is, and so we zoom in, and hey, look, there are a lot of little bugs and such, you know, crawling around, and then you can just start pulling the view out. So here we are. You keep going. There's the island we're on. We keep going. We can keep going. There's the curvature of the world.
Wow.
And speaking of which, so let's pan the camera upwards. We'll try to pan the camera upwards.
There you go.
Yeah. But basically, yeah, the scale of this game, like the first game, is just incredible. It's just so much detail from the highest level to the lowest level, and it all looks pretty good.
G-Man in New York wants to confirm that the date is for release. He had heard September 30th, I guess, from Lionhead, and then he also heard October 4th. What is it, to be sure?
You know, those dates are so close together. I would suspect, you know, it would probably go gold / ship to stores sometime near the first date, and it will actually start arriving in stores probably sometime near the second date. I imagine they'll probably do a worldwide launch too, so you know, it might show up in some markets a little early. But you know, at that point, the difference between about 5 days. You know, we've waited about 4 years for this game, so 5 days.
Pedro out of Coral Springs wants to know how many miracles are there and how big is the island? Obviously, show the island.
Yeah, you show the island. Yeah, there are a number of miracles. The only one we've unlocked so far is the water miracle, but basically there's a temple, and what you do is you kind of throw people in the temple to worship you, and you need worshipers to get the power to do all these miracles. And they're little pedestals, and I would, you know, at least I would say 6 to 8. You know, there'll probably be more. One of them you saw at the beginning of the game was that creature created a volcano to come out of the earth. That's one of the uber miracles. One of the smaller ones, the water ball. So basically you can take it up and you can irrigate a field so it grows more food, or you can put it over a forest so it grows more trees. Or if the enemy attacks your city and starts burning it, you can put out the fires using it.
Excellent. I'm going to throw a couple more questions at you. Peter Jones out of Earlstown, UK, he said he played the original game and soon discovered that it was quite often easy to lose sight of his objective, or at least to get overwhelmed. Has Lionhead Studios incorporated any innovative gameplay features that would help those players who aren't as seasoned as some hardcore strategy players?
Yeah, there's a very objective lists you can click on that tell you what you need to do. These little guys pop up and remind you, like, hey, we should still do this. They can walk you through it too if you need. Like I said, the story certainly helps. That you feel some pressure now. Like you have civilizations attack you, so you have to go out there and stomp them eventually. But it does feel a lot more linear and a lot more focused. But it's still, you can still play as you want. You can be a god of good or you can be a god of evil, and solve things your own way.
Excellent. I think we're going to toss it over to Jeff and Carrie. You're standing by. Did you have a save later on? That you
I will fast forward a bit.
Yeah, totally. Maybe in the meantime we can get that loaded up while these guys show some Virtua Tennis, and Rich will toss it back to us. But you guys go ahead and take it off with the tennis action.
All right. So
that stuff's crazy. There's no creatures in Virtua Tennis, unfortunately. But
yeah, it looks good though. It looks really good. I'm excited. Black and White's one of those games that I always put back in my computer and start playing again every couple of months or so. So it's good to have something new.
I do that, and then I just go, if only they fixed this. So hopefully the sequel will be like, yeah.
Jeff and I never agree on anything. We've realized.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyway, so Jeff, what have you got?
I've got Virtua Tennis World Tour here for the PSP, which is due to come out next month, and it's basically a continuation of Sega's tennis series. That started out as Power Smash back in Japan, came out over here on the Dreamcast as Virtua Tennis, and then they released Sega Sports Tennis, which brought in the licensed tennis players and stuff, and that's what they've got here is a whole bunch of licensed players.
All right, sounds good. So you want to fire up?
Yeah, sure. We'll pick Andy Roddick because of his powerful strokes.
Because you can pronounce his name, you're cheating.
Agassi's not in it, and he's the only tennis player that I know of. So other than me,
are you a tennis player?
My backhand is fierce.
So you played Virtua Tennis on the Dreamcast.
Yeah, totally.
And have you been mentally sort of making comparisons between this one and that one?
It's really similar. They really went for the same style of gameplay where it's down to 3 buttons, and it's up to you to just kind of knock the ball around and have fun.
All right, sounds good. And they have they brought back the mini games and stuff. So
yeah, they've got all sorts of other options. There's a World Tour mode, of course, where you can kind of go through it like a standard kind of career mode thing. But then you also have like mini games and stuff like that. And here we are, serving the ball.
All right.
You guys are gonna get some 2-player on actually, aren't you?
Yeah, we are in a little bit. Yeah. He's gonna kill me probably.
You think really?
We'll see. I don't know.
It's all right. But I'll just challenge him to an iToy competition later on, and wipe the floor with him.
Whatever.
So how does it feel? Give me a little idea. How's the response? It looks like he's got a little bit of weight to him. And
yeah, there's definitely some inertia at work here. You can't just scoot around the court any way you want. You really have to, plan your moves a little more carefully than that. So one misstep, you're not going to get to that ball, basically.
Right.
Does it feel like the original ones did?
It really does. It
has the same sort of vibe. You've got the different modes. You've got, was it World Tour mode, where you go around and you play mini games, power up your character, you play on different courts all over the world. You got clay and grass and all that, right?
Yeah, they've got all that stuff. They have a cadre of licensed players in there. And then they've also got exhibition mode, so you can just go in there and play whatever you want. Multiplayer mode for up to 4 players.
And that's going to be, you'll be playing wirelessly, was what
right,
we do
locally,
right now.
not over the internet or anything. Right. But why don't we get into that?
All right, sounds good.
We'll, if I can get to the menu here. Trying to make me change ends here. There we go.
So have you guys played Virtua Tennis, Jason?
Actually, I haven't quite as much as I should, but I want to play Virtua Tennis. I was watching Brian play it, and it looks incredible on the PSP.
The really weird thing is I actually did hook up my Dreamcast about 2 weeks ago, and I played me some Virtua Tennis.
Okay, go ahead and join. I've created.
That was the definitive tennis game. I think that was sort of interesting because tennis hadn't necessarily been on people's radars.
No, yeah,
as
totally
a viable game option. I played a lot of tennis on the NES, and I might have been the only one, or Jeff.
No, whatever. That was the tennis game.
That was. I played a lot of that game with Mario umpiring and everything.
And this game, for as much as it actually is sort of like real tennis, it does still kind of maintain that same vibe where it is just you're directing your shots around the court and making it happen. It is really simple.
So you guys got it loaded up there?
Yeah, we're getting into a 2-player singles match here.
I think he forgot to press the button.
There we go.
There we are.
I'm going to blame it on you.
It's all my fault. Let's see here.
Federer. I wanted to play Federer, but
who do they have?
I think we're stuck playing as women. All right. We're gonna make. See, look, he's selected a female character, which means that I can't pick anybody else now. I gotta pick a woman.
Yeah, no male versus female.
Well, it's Venus Williams right there. You're set. So you can take care of
I know,
business.
but I mean, it would be nice to have a little bit of male versus woman action.
Let's see, from the looks of this, there are 29 different courts in the game, but it starts with only 5 unlocked. We'll play on the carpet in Tokyo here.
And we're good to go. So, one of the questions that we got was from Peter Ellingson in Norway. Can you customize your own tennis player?
Yeah, through the World Tour mode, there is some customization options as you kind of build your guy and do your thing. Yeah,
sounds good. And I think this is actually already out in Europe.
Yeah, it shipped as a launch game here, and then it's lagging a bit behind for the U.S. release. But yeah, it is my understanding that people in Europe are playing this right now. So they're probably going, "What?
Yeah, why are you covering this?
Why are you blokes talking about this?" Like,
when does this game come out here?
October 4th.
Nice.
Oh, look at that.
Now, see, one thing I'm noticing here, and the game's not out yet, so hopefully this is something that they're going to work on. Is multiplayer? The controls are there's a definite lag to them.
See, and that's the reason that I just lost that point.
Right, exactly. So, I mean, if this was,
I played enough Counter-Strike growing up to know that you blame everything on lag. So.
But yeah, you definitely have to think ahead an extra step here. So, hopefully they'll work that out before the game's release.
Oh! This thing's being thrown at me. All right, so I've just lost another point to Jeff.
Pretty much.
And well, it's kind of fun.
Yeah, it definitely does do that whole Dreamcast thing pretty well, and graphically looks great. It moves at a pretty smooth frame rate, so it should be pretty exciting. I think people that are into that multiplayer aspect, provided they can work out the lag stuff, will definitely get way into this game just like they got into the original Dreamcast game.
All right, good. Well, thank you, Jeff, for coming by.
Anytime.
Next up, we have our 4th of 5 Smart Echo videos, so check it out.
Straight off the streets.
Yeah, we're going to throw it up.
Product not yet rated.
Sneak is not the conventional wisdom of stealth gameplay that you might be used to. We don't have like these obvious nooks and crannies that you can hide from. We wanted to make it so you really have to keep moving when and if you get caught. You've got 2 different types of enemy sets, if you will, that you're trying to avoid or potentially engage with. You've got the first layer, which is probably going to be more of a hand-to-hand engagement, which would be opposing graffiti crews and pedestrians if you get in their way. And obviously there's an additional layer, which is the CCK, but you don't want to go fisticuffs with these guys. As an enemy set, you probably want to use your brain to beat them rather than these, but if you're the type of player that wants to be a brawler, get in there and brawl, we give you that capacity. If you want to be a type of player to think bigger and use the navigation in the world to kind of avoid conflict and platform around or sneak around, we give you that capacity as well. The result of getting caught is almost as fun as avoiding getting caught. That resulting melee, that chase, is actually results in really fun, rich gameplay experience. And really, I think at its core defines our brand of sneak or stealth.
And that is 4 of 5 exclusive trailers that we got for the Getting Up action. If you want to see that again, go ahead and check the site after the show. We got 5, I guess, coming up next week. But right now, Jason, you got us a later save in the black and white too that you want to show off, right?
Yeah, definitely. Here we finally got an army. It's kind of got caught in the woods in an ambush here.
Oh, wow.
So I'm ordering my creature to run in and kind of support them, but creature is... Come on, creature, attack. But here we go. You can kind of get an idea. This is just a small battle between a couple of platoons. You can have gigantic platoons of over 100 men each and just throw them in against each other. And you have these, it kind of reminds you of Rome Total War in a way, of just the huge scale of it all. Come on, creature. And then you will see as soon as, I'm going to have to probably beat up my creature now because he's just, what's he doing? Yeah, he kind of froze. Okay. Oh,
he's
you see,
in there.
and now you can see now the creature has a thought bubble. So now you can kind of understand what the creature creature's doing.
What do you say? He's going to stomp all over those guys?
Yeah, he is. I've kind of trained him through rewards and punishment to basically attack enemy troops when he sees them. He's a good city defender early on. And you can see he kind of stomps them around, he flattens them and such, and he's having fun. He can go down, though, so you don't want to throw him, single-handedly against a whole bunch of guys. But, against these small squads, and apparently, come on, creature. Oh, he just stomped on a bunch of them. And one of the nice things is, because of that thought bubble, you know what he's thinking. I probably shouldn't interrupt him while he's beating people up, but you can reinforce that behavior. So, oh yeah, good creature, so get rid of the leash. I'm going to start petting him, because, that was a good thing you're doing, creature.
It's like, it seemed like he was more effective after being complimented on
he is, and that's a nice thing. These things are so lifelike. They're so cuddly and cute in a way, but they're also, it's so sophisticated, you actually feel like they're a pet in a way, kind of like Nintendogs. He lives to be, he prays, he looks up to you and such, and, oh, come on, here we go. So I'm going to pet him. There we go. So he likes that.
Excellent.
Yeah, excellent.
Well, thank you so much for showing that.
Yeah, no problem.
Appreciate you hanging out with us a little bit more. We're going to throw it over to these guys. I think they got some hockey or something. You guys love the hockey.
We're itching to play some hockey over here. If you can see what we're doing right now. A while ago, we had the producer NHL 06 here, and he said, by the way, in the PlayStation 2 version, NHL 94 is in it, but we can't play it right now. But now you have the game, Alex, and we are going to play it.
Absolutely. We are going to play as a little NHL 94 in the PlayStation 2 version of NHL 06. I am going to be the Hartford Whalers because I can.
All right, let's find. I want to scroll through these teams right now just so people can see what's going on, what kind of teams are actually in this game. First of all, that Hartford Whalers logo is not the correct logo.
No, but there's an interesting story behind that. The Whalers are owned by the city of Hartford.
Oh.
That's why you never see the Whalers logo in any NHL games.
That's cool. I like here, though, All-Stars East and All-Stars West, but you get the Wales and Campbell Conference shields there. Winnipeg Jets, now the Phoenix Coyotes. Look at these great old logos. Vancouver Canucks, that looks awesome. Lightning, they're kind of new. The Sharks are kind of new.
I don't think Columbus is in there at all.
Quebec, obviously
Nordiques.
not. Is it too late for the state of Minnesota? Yep, there are the Dallas Stars in this. But, of course, I can only be one team, and that is...
Well, I'm gonna give props to the Whalers here.
All right, sweet.
And let's
start this up, shall we? Yeah. Line changes. We don't need no line changes.
Yeah.
Now, one thing, the first question on everyone's mind. Oh, whoa, that's a huge advantage. The first question in everyone's mind is: are these actual rosters? And I can tell you right now that there is no center number 2 or that is played for the Bruins in 1994.
No, I would imagine that trying to actually get the licenses for all these old ass hockey players would probably cost a lot of money and be very hard.
If I recall correctly, back in the day, I would have normally changed my goalie right there. But all right, so X passes. What shoots
Circle
here?
shoots, I believe.
So I have a question.
Yes.
Is this something I can pick from the get-go? Like if I buy 96?
Yeah, it's just if you buy 06, it is just like right there in the game. It's like, hey, play NHL 94 because
Oh, we don't have any rules on, do we?
I don't know if we do. Yeah.
Now, also, this is only available in the PlayStation 2 version, correct?
Yeah, it's weird because this is pre-PlayStation era, so it's not like this is a PlayStation version of the game. That's why it's in there. There's no real reason for why it's just in that version. It just is. I actually have no idea what version of the game this is. It was out for the SNES. It was out for the Genesis. I think there was a Sega CD version.
Nice.
But
this is looking kind of Genesis to me.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting that Genesis vibe off this.
It's got the smooth. It's real
Turner, number 22.
The harshness.
For the goal. I was growing up, I was going to be number 22 on the Bruins, when I thought I was going to go up, or number 19.
So this is actually a perfect segue almost.
Yes.
Because this is 1994. What happened around that time period, right?
There was another lockout, I do believe, and they're just coming back from their current lockout.
I was talking more of 1 year later in 1995, there was a little system called the PlayStation, right?
No, I'm talking about hockey, dude. What are you talking about? I just scored on Alex.
This is hockey talk, man. This ain't no PlayStation talk.
Watch you guys play a game that is 11 years old.
And it's still awesome. There's actually, I believe there's a poll.
This game is older than my nephew.
Can we show that goal right there? Can we show just so everyone knows that it's 2-0?
We can't show that.
Can we just flip to that real quick just so everyone knows? Can we just do that one more time?
Ain't no God
I'm going to keep
would let
playing this
that
game.
happen.
All right. Notice the score is now 2-0, but I
never proclaimed to be any good in NHL 94, mind
and
you.
I did.
This is the game I used to play every night with a roommate I had back then, so I could play you with this game, Rich. This is a hockey game.
You probably could, because I had the Super Nintendo version. I was a Nintendo kid growing up, and but all right, fine. I'll stop right there. That was a good save. I'll give you credit for that one, Alex.
Thank you.
Is there a review coming out for this game?
For this one? No.
NHL 06?
Yeah. There's a review going up today, actually, of that game.
Gig.
It's not up yet, but yeah, it'll be up today.
Oh, it's going up today.
Yeah.
Great. That is a perfect segue. Ryan, I'm going to let you go back to your perfect segue.
Alrighty.
Oh.
So yeah, the next thing that we got coming up, we've been working on a crazy feature. Actually, Tim Tracy has been slaving away. Guy has not been out of his office for God knows how long. But a little known fact that in basically September 9th, a few short days, actually like, what, tomorrow? Tomorrow. So one short day will be the PlayStation's 10-year anniversary. And we've been working on a cool feature that includes lots of cool video, lots of cool stuff. Lots of big facts, but here's a little bit of a snippet, just a little bit of a taste of what the feature is going to be like tomorrow. So without any action, just take it away.
So I first encountered the PlayStation, like the E3 before it came out. And this was the show where it was like the Saturn's big debut. It was supposed to be the Saturn's time in the sun. They were like, the Saturn's out now, go get one. At E3, there's always these booths off to the side. And it's like a guy selling controllers. And the guy was selling controllers that were compatible with the PlayStation. And he had a Japanese PlayStation there set up. And he had Toshinden. So this was like the first time you really saw a lot of this stuff. And there was a crowd of people that just spent most of the show right there playing Toshinden. And I was there most of the time just playing that. And right then and there, you kind of knew that the PlayStation was going to kick the shit out of the Saturn.
I think like that system wowed me more than just about any other system in history.
It wasn't a hugely impressive launch lineup, but some of the games really stood out.
And that is just a part of this massive feature right there. What can you tell us about it?
Well, we've been working on it for a couple weeks now, and we've got so many people involved. We've got all the editors coming in, talking about the PlayStation. Some of them are talking nice things about the PlayStation. Some of them are talking, Jason Ocampo, talking about negative and positive experiences. We're trying to keep it sort of even keel there. But
I'll say, I never owned a PlayStation. Sorry.
All right. Well, I mean, you've got people who say, like, I never owned one, and you've got people like me on there geeking out about it. So, we've got a ton of games. I literally holed up in Tim Tracy's office last week for, like, the whole week playing PlayStation games.
Bummer.
On some levels, it was awesome, and on some levels, you look at this game that you have these really fond memories of, and you're like, hey, this game is ugly.
I think there's a pretty good line. I think it's Bethany says something about like everyone loved. Actually, I won't ruin it. There's a really good piece on Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, this is great because a lot of people weigh in, and we have a lot of actually Final Fantasy VII versus Final Fantasy VIII. Well, we will find out what the editors like more. So.
Kind of like that NHL 94 versus NHL 90.
I love how you had Alex on here with NHL 06, and you guys played the 94.
Well, that's because before, as I said, we had like a half-hour part of a show with the producer from NHL 06, and we went through like every single part of that game. That looks great. But then after seeing so much, he's like, so by the way, NHL 94 is in this, but we can't play it. And we're like, ah! And we had to do it, and I had to show the world that I could run up the score on Alex.
Yeah, well, you did.
I did, and I've done that now.
It's a momentous occasion.
Ryan, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're ready to wrap this show up.
I think this is the show that we can put to bed. Yes.
All right, let's do that. Before I go any further, I have to mention that for the next few weeks, on this very page, on the On the Spot page, you will find a link to GameSpot's End Your Suffering contest. And it goes in with the Suffering Ties That Bind.
Right.
We will, starting next week, be giving away, over the course of 3 weeks, we're giving away 3 crazy prizes.
Tell me what the crazy prizes are, Rich.
A PSP.
Ooh.
An Alienware laptop.
Wow.
And an all-expenses-paid trip to Baltimore, as well as tickets to a Ravens-Browns game.
Can I sign up for this?
No, you can't.
No.
But, the contest is open right now. You should see that graphic on the page. Click on it. It's there for everyone. GameSpot Basic members, GameSpot Complete members, everyone just sign up. And next week on this very show, we'll give away a PSP. And you can enter like almost up until we give it away. We're using that kind of wizardry here for this contest.
Wow. Now you could go for a PSP, but I think we've had some pretty awesome prizes so far.
We have.
I think maybe even better than a PSP.
We've had some cool prizes in before.
But this.
And GameSpot editors see these prizes and they're like, oh, let me win one. And we're like, no, we're not doing that. But we've never had quite the reaction as we did when Jason Ocampo got Empire Interactive to get us these 3 autographed copies of Starship Troopers by Casper Van Dien himself. Nice work, Jason.
Good job. Good job.
Now, my favorite part about these Casper Van Dien autographed episodes of Starship Troopers is we won't be able to see it on camera. When the 3 people I'm about to say won them, get them, you'll see on the back here. You know, you get your traditional rigmarole about everyone who's in it. And you can kind of see, like, right here, there's a weird little blemish. and maybe you can't, but I can.
I can.
The weird little blemish is that like there's the names there, TriStar Pictures, Touchstones Pictures, Paul Verhoeven, Starship Troopers, and it says Casper Van Dien because he's in the movie, and then the next name would be Dina Meyer, but over that Casper Van Dien himself wrote .com. How awesome is that?
And it's an actual website, man. We went there today.
We went to CasperVanDien.com. It's a great site. His eyes follow you while you click on stuff. It's
but wait,
great.
Dina Meyer was awesome.
Yes.
So let's just have a little bit of props for Dina Meyer, even though she got written over. I think we all appreciate.
I can't believe I didn't open
but
this because on every disc actually it has Casper Van Dien and then .com. Awesome. Thank you, Casper Van Dien. You have made the day of the following 3 winners. I'm just going.
What were the questions again, Rich?
He also wrote tanker on all of them. We're not quite sure.
The tanker bug's the thing he jumps on. The big beetle thing. Yes.
Oh, and then
Jason, do you have
this
any
one,
Casper Van Dien trivia? I know you know a lot about.
I know a lot about a lot of things, but yeah, I know he went to military school, and his wife was the royal princess of Yugoslavia.
Wow. He also wrote Bugs on one of them, by the way. And he grew up, I learned from CasperVanDien.com, he grew up in Ridgewood, New Jersey on Van Dien Ave, named after his great-great-grandfather.
This guy is
Let's stop teasing people, shall we? All right, let's do that. We asked 3 questions. We had Brian here, we had Ryan Davis on here, or was it Jeff that we have on here? We had someone on here, we asked 3 for questions.
So you had not me on here.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what you're trying to say.
The first question was, Brian asked it, who plays the plastic neon green fiddle during the R&R? What was the name of the actor? Do you know, Carrie?
No.
It's Jake Busey's kid, right?
It's Gary Busey's kid.
Gary Busey's kid.
And the first person to know this was Nikolai Frum in Southern California. So he won himself an autographed copy of Starship Troopers. Second question, what was Johnny Rico's hometown?
Okay, can I I'm from Buenos Aires, and I say, kill them all!
Yes, thank you, Jason. It's from Buenos Aires. And Aaron Cantor of Pennsylvania. Cantor, you won yourself an autographed copy of Starship Troopers. And the final question was, which arm is Michael Ironsides missing?
Ooh.
Correct. The answer is the left arm. It is the left arm, and the person who knew that first
cheating from the
was
peanut gallery.
Brendan Blanchard of Minnesota. So congratulations to Nikolai, Aaron, and Brendan. You guys have won yourselves these. We'll send them out to you tomorrow. Yeah, and that's fun. I can't believe how much we love these prizes. Casper Van Dien, hopefully you're watching this. Just know that you still have a great fan base.
Here at GameSpot.
We are waiting for Starship Troopers 3, where you're in it. But Jason, I'd like to thank you for coming by, playing Black and White 2 game.
No problem, man.
Ryan, nice show over there, buddy.
Yeah, you too.
Way to hold it down, despite losing power.
Yeah, that's good.
I almost forgot about that.
Did you?
I was trying to sneak out of here
It's
without that.
It's been that great a show.
It's been so much
been
fun. I've been totally entertained, and I have forgotten the whole beginning of the day.
And you had a pen thrown at you because you played Virtua Tennis for too long.
I'm sorry.
You should have thrown something back at me when I was playing NHL for too long.
Sorry, I have not gotten the ropes yet.
It was a good show.
It was.
Thank you. Thanks to all the crew. I'd like to thank Evan Wells and Christoph from Naughty Dog for coming by to show us Jak X Combat Racing. That looks great. I'd like to thank Alex for coming by and playing NHL, and Jeff for coming by playing Virtua Tennis. And I'd like to thank all of you for watching. And we'll see you next time right here on The Spot.